All right. This lesson will cover reducing fractions. Don't forget to take notes. Let's get started. First initial, last name, top of your paper, and we're going to talk about reducing fractions. All right, reducing fractions. That's the first thing I'll show you. I was going to show you something else first, but we're okay. Now, reducing, what does reduce mean? So, in other words, we're going to say, and when I say make smaller, it just, right, we'll do this, because the fraction amount doesn't change, so make the number smaller. Make the number smaller. That's what we say. All right. Another thing people say is lowest terms. I see that a lot. All right. Because when I say make smaller, that means if I get a big hamburger, I want a little hamburger. That ain't what that means in fractions. Fraction means it's the same amount, you just see smaller numbers. Now, as we look at the two burgers here, look at the patties. The one on the left has 2 meat patties, while the one on the right only has 1. Now, reducing fractions said you reduce the number, not the amount. So you go from 2 patties to 1 patty when reducing. If we put these burgers right on top of each other, you'll see that the amount of meat is the same, just the numbers of patties are different. Factor everything.
Everything.
Factor everything. All right. And rule 2, people say cancel. I say cancel. Cancel out common factors. Cancel out common factors. And rule 3. Multiply what's left in numerator. What's the numerator? What part is that? It's the top. Alright, multiply what's left in the numerator. And then you do the same what's left for the denominator. So, and I say and denominator. 3 rules. This one thing shows you how to do multiplying, simplifying, and part of division. So if you learn this, you're going to be straight. That's why we started where we started. Here we go. If I had to give you an example, we have the number 36 over 60. And you have to show your work. So this is what you do. We're going to follow the rule. The rule says, do what? What's the first rule? Factor everything. So you come to the side and you write the number 36 and we factor. So 36 is what time? Well, we already used this number. We got it in our notes somewhere. 36 is what? 6 and 6. 6 is even, so we have to, it's not prime, so we have to put some legs under here. And what's one of our factors of 6? If it's even, we can use what? 2, right? So 2 times what give us 6? 2 times 3. All right. Now, since 6 is 2 times 3, this 6 is also going to be 2 times 3. So here we go. 36, we're going to draw our line, our fraction line, and we're going to put the factors of 36 right up at the top like 36 is. So we have 2 2s and 2 3s, correct? Now, we're going to do the same thing for 60. Same thing for 60. Now, 60, the last digit is a 0, so we're going to use 2 or 5. I like to use the biggest one. I know 10 to give it to me too. So if you want to use, you can use any 3 of those, any one of those to start this off. Which one y'all want to use? 5. All right, so 5. 5 times what? So 60 divided by 5 is what? 12. All right. Now, you could have used 10 and 6. You still would have got there. Now, 12 is not prime. It has a 2 at the end, so what can be one of the factors? 2. All right. 12 divided by 2, or what time what is 12? 2 and 6 is 12. 6 is also even. So we can break that down. We get 2 times what? 3. So the factors of 60, I like to go in order, you don't have to, is 2 2s, a 3, and a 5. 2 2s, a 3, and a 5. That's rule 1. Factor everything. We've already learned how to do that. Rule 2 say do what? Common factors, right? They don't mean side by side. Common mean, and when you say cancel, you're talking about top and bottom. So everywhere you see a factor at the top and the bottom, it cancels that factor out. So I see a 2 here, and I see a 2 down here, right? Right? So really what you mean by cancel out, 2 divided by 2 is 1. That's what's really happening. And division cancel out means it changed to 1. Never forget that. We don't say it enough. Alright, so this 2 can also cancel out this 2. So they changed to 1. And what else happened? A 3 cancel out a 3 down here. Notice I didn't go on top. It doesn't matter if it's right on top of each other. It just matters if it's anywhere in the top versus anywhere at the bottom. Now, we factored out everything they have in common. Last step says multiply what's left. What's 1 times 3? 3. What's 1 times 5? That fraction is reduced. You just showed me all the work, and you showed me how to do the prime factorization. You showed me everything I need for this. It's not hard. I just got to give you the tools that you need, and you got to practice it. It's not difficult. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. Let's try 42 over 66. Now, even if you know how to do fractions another way, I need to see this step because you're going to use this when we start talking about radicals. We're going to use this same stuff. So, rule 1 says do what? Factor everything. So we come to the side and write 42. That's our first factor. And I know I can factor that because I got a 2 at the end. So what can I use to factor? 2 is the factor. You can also use 7 and 6, yes. If you know your timetables, go ahead. Yes, you're going to still get the same thing we got. All right? So I like, hey, I'm not that good at my timetable. I'm going to 2 it on out, baby. Y'all go on ahead. Now, so 42 divided by 2, what do we get? 21. All right? Now, the 1 is not even. But what's 2 plus 1? That's a 3 timetable. So one of my factors are what? 3. And 3 times what is 20? If you look on your timetable chart, you trace that out.
You said 3 times what?
Yeah, it's 21. 7, right? If you did your time chart, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. If you finish your timetable chart, you will see that 3 and 7 meet up at 21. So you look at the dark part to see what the factors are when you trace your number. All right. So 3 and 7, 21. So we got 42 down. So we're gonna draw our line, and the factors of 42 are 2. So you only write down the tips now. The prime numbers 2, 3, and 7. 2, 3, and 7. Why I can't write 21? It's not prime, and what? I already did what? I broke it down. You can't get the $21 bill back. That's not how that works. And now we go to number 66. Now it is a double digit. So what can we use? 11. If you can use a bigger number, the bigger number will stop you from having to go all the steps. So yeah, I'm gonna use 11. You can also use 2 though. You can also use 3 because 6 and 6 is 12. That's a 3 timetable. But I'm gonna use 11 because I like to use the bigger number. 11 times what? 6. Now I can't stop there because 6 not prime. He got some money left over. What we can do? 2 times what? Now 66 is 2, 3, and 11. We have factored everything. Now what? Cancel out. What can we cancel out? Sounds good to me. This 2 will cancel out this 2. Now I don't mean it changed to a what though? A 1, yeah. And this 3 will cancel out this 3. And that means they divide out. Not necessarily cancel out. Equal 1 times 7 is still what? 7. And 1 times 11 is what? 1, right? 11, right? All right, cool. Now, that's simplifying fractions all day long. Now, look on the board. Now practice these 10 problems we have here. The answers are included for you. So I want you to show your work by using the process I just showed you in the lesson. This is the way you receive credit. When you upload pictures of your notes to your exit ticket, include the photo of these completed problems as well. Alrighty?